What type of difficulty were you having before you sought help?
When I would talk on the phone, many times the person speaking to me, I was not getting some of what was being said. Many times I didn't get any of what was being said. Unless it was a voice that I was familiar with, it posed a real problem. And there were days when this would happen, I would be embarrassed, frustrated, and sometimes would say, "I'm sorry, I cannot hear what you're saying. Would you please repeat it?" Other days, I would just say, "I'm very sorry, I can't carry on this conversation right now." And it became worse as time went on. Another problem that has worsened definitely is I have another very good friend who I spend time with, and many times, even now, if she's sitting next to me or we're in the same room, I have no problem listening to her and getting everything shut. But when I'm sitting beside her in the car, she has a tendency to have a very soft voice, and many times she would be talking and I figured I wasn't getting it. In fact, I questioned her the first time I came in here when I saw her, and I said, "I'm sure many times you were talking to me about something, Shirley," and I probably answered something that had nothing to do with it. And she laughed, and she admitted it. She said, "Yes, Claire, that's when I realized that you really did have a bad hearing problem." And I used to say to myself, "Why don't I learn to speak up?" I said, "Well, that wasn't the problem. I was the problem."
And do you find that you've overcome that problem now with hearing devices?
Definitely, yes. Now when I talk on the phone, and I've had these now, 2, 3 weeks, I have no problem talking to anybody. And when I talk, I'm relaxed because I don't have to get kind of frustrated and embarrassed. And as far as being with people, my next door neighbor took me grocery shopping last week, and I didn't say a word to her. I got in the car and I didn't tell her I had these in. So when we got back in the car after I told her about it, she said, "Really? I didn't realize that." She said, "How long have you had a hearing problem?" And I said, "For a long, long time." I said, "But guess what?" I said, "I heard every word you said today. Where many times when we came here to the market, I didn't." Coming here definitely has given me a new quality of life, no question about it. I feel confident because I can hear people, I can hear things, and I don't need to get frustrated about those things anymore.
Would you recommend Duncan Hearing Healthcare to anyone?
I would recommend Duncan Hearing Healthcare to anyone who has a hearing problem, because coming here from day one and meeting you, Mackenzie,
Thank you.
made me realize that I should have done this a long time ago. You made me feel that I was definitely looking ahead at a better quality of life. And at 83 years old, that's kind of a milestone, I think. And I would recommend it because everybody in here that I met, but especially sitting with you each and every time I came down, you just made this so easy for me. You really did. From day one, I looked forward to coming here every time I did. You made it so easy for me. And I think that's probably why I adjusted to it so well, because you told me in the beginning, when I thought it sounded so complicated, you said, "It isn't. Everything will, with it." And you were right about everything. And you left nothing that you didn't give me details on. And I appreciated that.
Well, I'm glad I could do that for you.
You answered all my questions, and you gave me good answers. And I would recommend this Duncan Hearing Aid facility to anyone.
Well, thank you.
It's top of the line, believe me.
Thank you.
I'm very happy that I came here.
Well, great. I'm very glad.